Jesus, there's just something about that name. Those of you that know it, you know what I'm talking about. I call him Master, Savior, Jesus. It's like the fragrance after the rain. His name is Jesus. His name is Jesus. Jesus. Let all heaven and earth proclaim that kings and kingdoms, they shall pass away. Oh, but there's something, oh, but there's something, there's something, I know that there's something, I can't explain it, but there's something, yeah, there's something about it, when I call him in the midnight hour, there's something about it. Something about that name, yeah. Come on, give that name praise. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Whew, I feel the anointing in this place.
Gospel 88.7 WEHA. It's more than music. It's ministry.
Port Republic, Atlantic City, and now on FM Translator 100.3 W262CF, Atlantic City, Pleasantville. The views and opinions expressed on the following show are not necessarily those of WEHA, Gospel 88.7 and 100.3 FM. We Have Gospel, Spread the Gospel Inc., or any of its sponsors. WEHA is a listener-supported radio station. To make a donation, call 609-641-8870. Visit our headquarters at 3 Canal Drive, Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey, 08234. Or log on to our website, wehavegospel.com.
We have gospel.
If you just tune in, you're listening to In the Community with Dr. Thelma Witherspoon and First Lady Parrish right here on your two-time Stellar Award-winning gospel radio station, WEHA Gospel 88.7, 100.3 FM. We have gospel. We are live in the studio on today. I want you to click like and share and tell people that we are live in the studio with Coach Mike and the gang today. All right. So we're going to give you a few announcements. First, I want to say happy Father's Day to all of our fathers out there. And Lord knows I love my father, and I'm sure you love yours. So happy Father's Day to all of the fathers. And whatever you can do, you do it for your dad, because you never know how long they're going to be around. I was given an opportunity to go to the Obama opening, but I would have missed Father's Day, so I turned it down. And I said, no, I need to be home for Father's Day, right? And, you know, they may have 5 months, 5 years, you don't know. But I don't want to miss a Father's Day and not be here to celebrate my dad. So even if you didn't have a dad, but you had a stepdad, you had a person that stepped in like a father, you want to be there for them. You know, let them know that you appreciate them, the unsung heroes sometimes, right? There's so much that happens during Mother's Day, and seems like Father's Day doesn't get the same type of situation, but we love our fathers too. All right. And so there's some good men out there. And even if your father was not around the way you wanted him to be, if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't be here. So that's just point blank and simple. All right. So we want to make sure that we're honoring all of our fathers today. And we love you. We love you. We love all of you on today. And I have a few announcements that I want to make sure that everybody is totally aware of what's going on today. Yesterday, I was at the African American Museum with Mr. Ralph Hunter, and they unveiled the Rita Mack portrait, and oh my God, it was just almost brought tears to my eyes. Mr. Mack was there, and they brought him up front, and water came out of his eyes, and boy, it doesn't take much, and I was about to break down too. But it was such a beautiful tribute, and they're doing a tribute to her today. So I thought it was just one program at the museum, but it's two. Today is from 12, starts at 12 o'clock too, and they're also going to give a tribute to Sandy Couch, who used to work for the city of Atlantic City and was very active in our community. And I didn't even know she passed, and I didn't know how I missed that, you know. And but they're going to honor her today as well. So if you're not doing anything, go right on over to the Noise Museum and the African American Museum, and at the Noise Museum at Stockton. And it was just a beautiful affair, and just be there for the tribute for Mrs. Mack, because certainly she was a shero, a quiet one, and she done so much, her and Mr. Mack, and they never bragged about it or told anybody about it. They just did it. All right. So I will always remember Mrs. Mack. There will be nothing that I would never forget her. I would never forget her, and I'm sure you won't either. So if you're not doing anything, go on over to the Noise Museum on today. Also, I understand that Mount Zion is having a Juneteenth celebration today as well. I believe it starts at 9 o'clock and goes to like 4 o'clock. And they're going to have singing, and the New John Howard Gospel Caravan and Bubby Fan and probably Mount Zion's choirs and different dances. And they have an excellent dance team. They were at my church a week ago, and they were just phenomenal. All right. So go on over there and support that. If you don't have anything else to do, you can go over and support that. Next week, there's going to be an expungement, a second chance, a stronger future. This is going to be on Friday, June the 26th, at the Mays Landing Library, 40 Farragut Avenue in Mays Landing. They're going to have community resources from 9 to 2, and then they're going to give expungement assistance from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now, they are encouraging you to pre-screen. All right. And for eligibility, please email your name, your date of birth, the last 4 digits of your Social Security number, and a phone number to ATL expunge EXPUNGE dot MBX at NJCourts All right. Pre-registrations is strongly encouraged, but they will also be taking walk-ins. All right. But just make sure that you bring an ID for that event. For questions, you can call 609-402-0100 extension 47220. Now, I do want you to know that if you have had an open criminal charges and or have been currently on probation or parole within the last 5 years, you will likely not be eligible to file at this event. So I wanted to say that so everybody would know that. And this is being sponsored by SOAR, Reverend Dr. Tom Dawson, A. Wish, and the New Jersey courts. And I'm just happy that it's in Hamilton Township because everything goes to Lang City and Pleasantville. And I'm not hating because I grew up in Lang City. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that, because my church is still there. But I'm happy when things come over to that side, But just because you live in Lang City don't mean you can't come to Mays Landing. And a lot of times people don't take advantage of these opportunities. And you may have a little petty crime, and it's still on your record. It can get expunged, all right? And it's being expunged for free. You don't have to pay money to get it expunged because a lot of people pay money and they pay a whole lot of money. And so if you have a relative that maybe done something years ago and need an expungement, have them to show up. Now, I'm going to be there. Oh, yeah, because it's in my district. I'm going to be over there. I'm going to show up in Hamilton Township with my shirt on and everything, okay? I'm going to be there. And there's no judgment there. It's just making sure that resources are available in the community. You can't get a job if you have a record. And sometimes people got petty records, okay? And you can't drive a school bus. There's certain things you just can't do. So go get it done. You can't work in the school. You can't do this. You can't work on the ambulance. Listen, trust me. I've been involved in all of this, so I know what I'm talking about. So, I mean, I didn't have the charge, but I know people who did. And so, and every time they went to apply for a job, something would come up. All right, so this is the time that you can take that opportunity and go and do something. July the 4th, I am so happy that New Hope Baptist is continuing their July the 4th celebration. This was something that was started with the late Reverend Dr. John W. Howard. And I was over there many times with the tents and carrying on. But they're going to continue this, which is saying a whole lot. That's what legacy is all about. If what you're doing stops when you die, you haven't done nothing. And that's a quote by the Dr. late Miles Monroe. Your whatever work that you have done should continue. So just to see that this is continuing, I'm very, very happy about it. And I had it up on my page and it went out, so I got to go back and look it up again. But that's okay. I'm going to tell you all about it. They're having a free family 4th of July barbecue. And I don't know now every church can't cook. I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny. I'm not throwing no shade. I'm not going to talk about where I went and food was nasty. I'm not saying none of that. But New Hope, they got some good cooks over at New Hope. All right, so I was just giving them a shot. It's going to start at 2. It's from 2 to 6. They're going to have hot dogs, hamburgers, chicken, fish, and more. And they're going to have a New Hope Kids Zone. They're going to have bouncy houses, face painting, games. They're also going to be giving away clothing. So that's cool. So if you don't have anything to do, swing on by New Hope Baptist Church. I believe I'm going to swing over there myself. All right? Even if it's only for a little bit. Also, there's going to be out in Hamilton Township, and we're not going to be having hamburgers and hot dogs, but we will be celebrating the 250 years of our America's birthday, and out in Hamilton Township at the War Memorial Park, and that's going to be at War Memorial Park at 10 a.m. So I have to be here at the radio. I don't know. I have to get somebody to be here, because they don't have long programs. So out in Hamilton Township, but we will be doing a program, a small program on July the 4th at 10 o'clock a.m. So we want you to come. Make sure that you come and be there for that. All right. Oh, next week, Westminster Christian Worship Center, we will be having our food distribution. and that will be on June the 24th from 11 a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. It's client's choice, first come, first serve, while supplies last. Bring your own reusable bag and or your cart. On that day, and we'll be giving away diapers and some household products and all kind of stuff, and it's free. And I tell people all the time, you may not need it, okay? But you may know someone who does. Have them to come over there. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. There's no judgment. Listen, I have so much compassion about this. I'm going to be transparent for just a minute before I call on Coach Mike. I was once in the line, and people ask me, Thelma, why are you so compassionate about this? Because when I was in line, people didn't always treat me right. And they were mean. It took a lot for me to go get a bag or do something, but I really needed it, at that particular time. And you had to fill out paperwork that's this thick, and, they ask you 1,000 questions just to get a chicken and a box of macaroni and a couple canned goods. So I said, God, if you ever put me in the position to help other people, I would never treat people the way they treated me. So I'm very compassionate. Everybody, we welcome you with open arms, no judgment. And if anybody has I don't care if you come there in a Mercedes Benz, it don't matter. All right? Because people are broke on their own level, or they're going through different struggles on their own level. So come on over to 2015 Morningside Avenue in Atlantic City, and that's on Wednesday. We're also going to be having a resource day that day. We did it last year, and we're going to do it again this year. And it's going to be a health and resource day. We're going to have family services there. They're going to be checking your blood pressures, and we're going to have SNAP. We're going to have people from the county. Rodney Finks is going to be there from Atlanta County Workforce Development. There are so many programs that are out there that are free, that are helping people, and people just don't know about it, or they don't take advantage of it because of pride. But there's no shame in my game, So I'm just saying, if you can't come, but someone is needed, and sometimes people keep coming to their family members, you got a couple dollars, and you try to help them, but sometimes you low, and you ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, all right, I'm getting excited. So let me move on back. I'm just saying. I tell people all the time, nobody in Venice Park area, Atlantic City, because there are a lot. We're not the only ones that do food distributions. There are a lot of people that do it. The city, the Mighty Riders, everybody's out there doing their part, but we're one of the people doing our part. Okay, so invite people to come. Now, this is a free event, and it's going to start from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We doing it on that particular day. It's open to the community, and it's free, and it doesn't cost. And I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to introduce Coach Mike. I once had a shredding truck to come over there because people, get your documents and stuff like that. And that truck cost me $1,000. And I only had 25 people to show up. I said, well, dude, that's it for the shredding. Now, I got some donations and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But when you have resources, people need to take advantage of the resources that are in, especially when it's not costing you anything. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I am so souped up and excited. Y'all can tell that I'm really excited today to have one of my dear friends. I consider him a friend, someone I have known for many years, and I'm not going to say how long, but it's been many years. We went to school together. He was an upperclassman. He graduated a year before me in 1979, and I graduated in 1980. So do the math.
Yeah, do the math.
And you'll know how long that I've known Minister Mike Bailey, also known as Coach Mike Bailey, who has coached many people at the AC Dolphin Field. He worked at the POW. We worked at the city of Atlantic City at the same time. We retired, then we all went back and done something different. And now he is out mentoring, and he's a musician. He sings. He plays for Union Baptist Temple, been there, a member for many years, and just a wonderful, wonderful individual, and someone that I'm proud of that is out there doing his thing. And I thought it was very befitting to have this male mentoring program, him on here for Father's Day on today. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how you don't know him, but just in case you don't, I want to introduce you to Minister Coach Michael Bailey. Hello.
Good morning, Dr. Thelma, and welcome to Spotlight with the Coach. Oh, wait a minute. I'm having a flashback. Wait a minute. I know Hawks will get a kick out of that. No, good morning, Dr. Thelma, and we're so glad that you have us here today to talk about this male mentor program that we have going on. And we want to say Happy Father's Day to all of the fathers, all of the father figures, all of you who have stepped in the place of fathers. We want to say Happy Father's Day. And again, thank you for having us on the program this morning to talk about this mentor program that we're so proud of.
Okay, now we have, you have guests that you have brought along with us, and I would like for you to introduce your guests before we go any further.
Yes, we have our lead mentor, the one who runs the everyday functions of the Hive Mentor Program. We have Mr. Jimmy Whitfield here. Also, his assistant is Esan Brown, who's not with us today, but he also helps to run the day-to-day operations. We also have two of our mentees. We have Xander Cohn, and we also have Chris Bell. And they were so glad to get up this morning to come on the program to talk about some of the things that we do at the Hive.
At the Hive. So now I don't know how long the Hive, before we get in how long the Hive is, what is Hive?
Hive is HYVE, and it stands for Helping Young Men Value Each Other. And so how the name came about, one day we were in session, I guess about 5 years ago, and we were in session. They said, we were just calling it the Male Mentor Program. And someone said, we need to come up with a name. So I happened not to be there that day, and they came up with a name. They said, we have a name. We want to call it the Hive. And I said, okay. But they were saying HIVE. But so I said, well, what about HYVE, helping young men value each other? And so they referenced it to like a beehive where everybody has their job to do in the beehive. You know, you have the queen, you have all the other parts of the beehive, and everybody works together for a common goal. And so that was their concept. They came up with that concept to call it the Hive. And so the acronym is Helping Young Men Value Each Other.
And so the male mentoring program has been going on for years.
We started in 2010.
2010.
Right, and we just called it Male Mentor at the time.
Male Mentor, but now it's called Hive for the last 5 years.
Yeah, 5 or 6 years.
5 or 6 years. And the young people came up with that.
They came up with that.
That's fantastic, because a lot of when you have the youth to be a part of that, they help own it.
Absolutely.
You know, they help own it. So what are the objectives of Hive?
Oh, the objective is helping young men value each other. When we can get them to value themselves, to value each other, to value the community, to value their education, to value their surroundings, then their self-esteem is built, and then they can go on and be proud of who they are and where they've come from. They each have value, and they need to know and start there. I have value. I mean something. My opinion counts. I matter. And if we can get them to do that, to value themselves, then everything else spreads from there.
You know what? That really works on the esteem.
Absolutely.
Self-esteem.
Yes.
And I would tell people all the time, when I thought my dad and them was rich, but they just worked hard. You know, when they were little, because we had a home and we had, you know, turkeys on Thanksgiving. So I thought we were rich, but I found out once I got grown that they just worked hard. But one thing I can say that they put in us, my parents, was self-esteem.
Yes.
You are somebody.
Yes.
You know, nobody's better than you. You're not better than nobody, but nobody's better than you.
Absolutely.
And so self-esteem is very important. And so for Hive to do this and let the young men know that they are valued, and there's some, that means a lot.
Yes, it does.
That really, really means a lot. And so, Jimmy, oh, how did you get involved in the program?
So I was asked to come and speak. For about 5 years ago. I was asked to come and speak and just see how it is. And when I got here, I noticed that it was a whole bunch of young men, such as myself. I was that young man, because I'm also a native of Atlantic City.
Right.
As you were my mentor when I was growing up. So I decided to ask Coach Mike, could I come back for another session?
Wow.
And when I came back for another session, we were asked to speak on who you are.
You was asked to speak on who you are.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So I spoke on who I am, And then I received a call and said, would you like to come back? So I've been back for them years, and it's been wonderful. The most thing about me is exactly what Coach Mike said. The mission statement for myself is teaching our young men how to love on each other, right? So when there's a conflict, the conflict resolution comes from they already know how to conduct themselves because they learn how to communicate through that love that we taught them, right? So there is no violence. There is no I'm getting angry and just shut down, but we can stay open, have an open mind, and continue to help each other.
Listen, many years ago, Jimmy, when I worked for Youth Advocate Program, and you were in the program, I had no idea. This has come full circle. That you would be, and now you are mentoring my great nephew.
Yes.
That's Chris. It's unbelievable.
Yes.
God has a way.
Yes.
God has a way of doing everything. So you young men are in the program. All right, Chris, tell what has the program meant to you?
The program, it means like leadership, being my brother's keeper. You know, sometimes I think back to when, you know, somebody was my keeper as a brother.
All right.
I want to reflect on that.
Okay.
To the younger brothers.
All right.
I want to pass it on.
Oh, pass it on.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead on, Christopher. All right. And your name is say your name again. Xander. Okay. Let me make sure that you. Okay, Xander. All right. So what has the program meant to you?
The program for me has been leadership and it's been leadership and like helping me develop.
All right, that's good. Leadership and helping you develop as a young man. That's good. How old are you?
I'm 12.
12 years old, right? And Christopher, how old are you?
16.
16. Wow, that's great. That's great. So going back to Coach Mike, what are the ages of this male mentoring program Hive, and how often do you meet?
The ages are 12 to 17. So we have someone who just started at 12. We have someone who's 16, which is Chris, who is about to turn 17. And we have both of these, I want to say both of these young men are leaders. They come in, they're articulate, they participate in the program because we also have fun. We have camaraderie. We meet every Wednesday from 5 to 7. And so every week there's a lesson, or every week there is a guest speaker. Not every week, once a month there's a guest speaker who comes in with experience and knowledge of something, whatever they do in the community. And so these guys, we want them to be well-rounded as far as what happens in the street, what happens in education, what happens in the workforce. And so when they get out of the program, when they can glean from everything that we've taught them. And there are several people that have come through the program who are now firefighters, police officers, parents, entrepreneurs, and we're so proud of what they've done and how they've represented themselves in the Hive. And they come back often, and they will speak to the younger members who are in the Hive. Just recently, we had Noordine Abdul Rahim, who actually came up with the name. He came and spoke to the class one day, and we had Abir Mack, who's playing basketball in college. He came back and he spoke to the group. And so we just pride ourselves in what we're teaching and how they can go forth into society and be successful, and that's what it's all about.
That's a legacy. And you know how impactful it is when people come back, and you can watch what they're doing as they progress and they go forward. I know. How does that make you feel?
It's sometimes it's overwhelming, and you never realize the impact that you have on people until sometimes they come back to say thank you.
Right.
And they'll talk about, wow, if you saved my life, or this program saved my life, and we don't know. We're just doing what we do.
Right.
And then sometimes something we say or something we do or something someone heard from someone else made a great impact on their life, and they will come back and say thank you. You saved my life. I'm like, wow, some people I don't even know say, Coach Mike, one day you said something to me and it changed my life. And I'm like, really? I don't remember that time. But it happens. And this is why we do what we do.
Wow. And you know what? I was over at Stockton the other night at the alumni awards ceremony, and a young lady, she stood up and said, I used to be walking the halls. I didn't know what I was going to do, but Dr. Beverly Vaughn looked at me and said, "You can do it. Wow. You got a lot in you." Now she's a doctor at Rowan.
Oh, that's right.
Wow.
And she's a professor at Rowan.
Yes.
So you never know.
Yes.
What one word might do. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know what the young people are going through, you know, in their lives. And so to have that is very, 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 very impactful. Now, okay, we're moving right along here. And I'm glad that you brought the person in charge and you brought some young men, some mentees.
Yes.
Right? So
yes,
you can be here. Now, how are you funded?
We are funded through a grant through National PAL. And because of the situation in the country, funding has really, really dropped. In fact, they've cut us $3,000 than what we usually get. And this year we're trying to go to the National Youth Summit.
Oh.
Yeah, we go every year. And before it was pretty simple because of the funding. We would just get some donations here and there. But this year we're really struggling, trying to get the funding for them to go. We want to take 6 to 8 young men, and it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. It's at the end of July, in fact, and we have a GoFundMe out there. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think we have like $120 in right now. It's been on for about 3-4 weeks, and we have about $120.
Well, you know, I don't think people knew about it, so I'm gonna put that on my page. I didn't know nothing about that. So you have a GoFundMe.
Yeah, we have a GoFundMe.
Where is the national convention at?
It's going to be Washington, D.C. this year.
Okay, Washington, D.C.
Yes.
And so you're taking a van, a bus, or?
We're going to take the PAL van, hopefully.
The PAL van.
Or rent a van, depending on what's available. And then we have traveling, we have food, we have hotel, we have the conference, and each of them, it's like $1,500 for each kid.
$1,500?
Yeah, because they'll be there from Tuesday to Saturday.
Yeah,
Tuesday
28th
to Saturday.
to the 1st.
28th of
the 28th of July to the 1st of August.
To the 1st of August.
Yes.
Right.
All right. And so, what kind of things do they do there?
So we will be doing all type of crafts. We will be doing all type of lessons. Like, they teach from all aspects of life that you can think of with a young man and a young woman.
Okay.
Because this is co-ed. This isn't just boys.
Right.
So when we go to the National PAL, it's unisex, so it's boys and girls. They have special guests coming in, football players. They have the National Guards from Washington, D.C. We also go to the Smithsonian. We also go to, like, little shopping areas to show the guys our guys from the Hive. We take them around the city to show them areas that they haven't seen.
Expose them.
Absolutely.
Get them out of the city.
Yes.
Because if it wasn't maybe for Hive, some of these kids would never get outside of the city.
And be exposed to anything else. So
Wow.
that's our journey. Our journey is to open their minds up to different aspects of they can take this avenue, that avenue. But we also want them to learn that everything is not going to go always perfect.
That's true.
Right? So when you make a mistake, that's just it. You make the mistake, get up, and learn from it. Don't waddle in it. Right? So this is what we're teaching.
You know what? I heard something when Jalen Brunson from the Knicks.
Yes.
And the guy said, life is not perfect, but we have perfect moments. Keep it locked. We'll be right back.
Hawks Janitorial Contractors Corp. was established in 1987 by husband and wife team William and Elaine Hawks. Our motto is a great job at a fair price. The Hawks team is skillful, customer-focused, delivering quality janitorial services that meet and exceed our clients' specific needs. Hawks Janitorial Contractors Corp., proud sponsors of Gospel 88.7 FM. For more information, 609-484-0452.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You've messed up your daughter's haircut. Do you A, get spiritual?
Mom, where's the mirror?
Beauty is within. Oh.
B, find the positives?
Less time blow drying, more time texting?
Or C, show empathy?
Mom, you really don't have to.
Twinsies.
I kinda love it. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on adoption, visit adoptuskids.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Do you have an
Adopt US
event
Kids
coming
and
up
Ad
and need a
Council.
facility? Well, let me tell you about Atlantic County's newest banquet facility, Beacon Hall, located in the heart of Egg Harbor City, right off the Whitehorse Pike. Beacon Hall is a full-service banquet facility that is 5,000 square feet with an attached parking lot. Book your conferences, book signings, birthday parties, bridal showers, baby showers, weddings, repasts. No event is too big or too small. You can book your next event by calling us at 609-965-4255 or email us at bookbeaconhall@gmail.com. That's BOOKBEACONHALL @gmail.com. Try Beacon Hall, where we turn moments into cherished memories.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Hawks, a name that has been trusted for almost 30 years in the janitorial services industry, is proud to present Hawks Professional Moving Services. Fully insured, local and long distance, packing services, commercial and residential. No job too small or too large. Friendly and reliable services. For more information or a free estimate, 609-484-0452. Hawks Professional Moving Services, where we treat your belongings like our own.
Wake up to Morning Glory with gospel duo Duncan and Rachel.
Every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on WEHA 88.7 and 100.3 FM.
And the King of Glory shall come in.
If you just tune in, you're listening to In the Community with Dr. Thelma Witherspoon and First Lady Parrish right here on your two-time Stellar Award-winning gospel radio station, WEHA Gospel 88.7, 100.3 FM. We have gospel. For whatever reason, I can't see who all is on today, but I want to thank you so much for tuning into the show on today. We appreciate all of our listeners and everybody who is out there on the day. Listen, I want you to like this, share it, and let someone know that we're on live with Coach Mike, right, and Hive on today. I did not tell everybody when I was doing my announcements that there's going to be a community concert for the entire family, gospel and jazz in the park, to benefit the Community Food Bank of New Jersey, featuring gospel duo Duncan and Rachel, the incomparable Daryl Robinson Trio, and the United Gospel Singers of Pleasantville. And this is going to be Friday, June 26th at 6 p.m. at the Lake Bay Unity Park, 320-350 Hampton Court in Pleasantville, behind the old Pleasantville High School site. Bring a non-perishable item to benefit the Community Food Bank of New Jersey. There's going to be vendors, food, and ice cream. Sponsored by the First Harvest Credit Union, the City of Pleasantville, and Perfect Plan Professional Services. Honorable Judy Ward, Mayor of Pleasantville, Dr. Robin L. Moore, and Reverend Rachel Moore Lane are the event coordinators. Co-sponsors are the New Mount Calvary Baptist Church and WEHA 88.7. And also, I forgot to say, or didn't say, that we are a nominee for the Stellars again this year. So I'm really happy. The Stellars are going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina, August the 15th, and that's, close. And we got two Stellars, 2013 and 2015, and hopefully WEHA can bring that Stellar back in. And before we go back into talking with my special guest, Coach Mike, who I've known for many, 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 many years, I wanted to make sure that everybody, my co-host, Lady Parrish, I got in trouble for calling her first name, not by her, but Lady Parrish. She gave us some information on Juneteenth, and I just wanted to tell you that the actual colors of Juneteenth is red, white, and blue. It is not red, black, and green, which was created. That flag was created by Marcus Garvey in 1920, the Pan-African flag. But the Juneteenth flag is red, white, and blue. So that's why I had on red, white, and blue yesterday, if y'all saw me in my pictures, all right? I had on the right colors, all right? It was adopted, some facts about the Juneteenth flag, adopted in 1997 by activist Ben Haith as a symbol of freedom and a new beginning. The star represents Texas, the Lone Star State, where Juneteenth began on June 19, 1865, because they were free and didn't even know it. As I heard Joe Greenwich say on yesterday, he couldn't imagine riding and looking and not knowing that he was free all that time. I said, well, you know, that was a good point. I couldn't imagine it either. And the bursts around the star represent a nova, a new star, symbolizing a new beginning for African Americans. And the colors red, white, and blue represent American liberty and the enduring fight for freedom and equality. We honor the past, we celebrate today, and we build tomorrow. And so a lot of people were saying, you know, they don't really celebrate Juneteenth. They're not celebrating, you know, July 4th. I get it. All right. But I'm commemorating. That's right. You know, we're commemorating, you know, where we come from. All right. So we can remember that, right? And continue to fight with the struggle. I was so proud of the Obama Center opening up in Chicago. They're full up until November. So that, I guess that's going to be a 2027 trip. I won't be able to make that. All right, but I just wanted to throw that in there. Now we can get back to Coach Mike and Hive. All right, and we have a young man here. You're going to introduce him, Jimmy.
Hello.
All right, so I want you to tell us what you got coming up, and then this young man is going to do his performance for us.
Oh, yes. So today, we have Midtown, a cultural fest on Kentucky Avenue, and we'll be celebrating on June the 27th from 2 to 6 p.m. We'll be showcasing the history of the North Side with live music from Tony Day, the Eddie Morgan Trio, Derek Karchin Express Show Band, and Angela Burton and Passion. However, we also have a young man that is an inspiring 12-year-old comedian that we will be showcasing throughout the program. So please come on out and help us celebrate this cultural fest.
And that's going to be from 2 to 6 on next week.
2 to 6 on, June the 27th on Kentucky Avenue.
All right. So, and I just put on my Facebook page, support the GoFundMe to support Atlantic City's Hive mentoring program. They're on their way to D.C., and they're only trying to raise, they don't have a lot of money they're trying to raise. They have $1,880 to the goal. So what was the original goal?
Well, the original goal is 10,000. Oh, sorry. The original goal is 10,000. I think that was the wrong one that went up. We're trying to raise 5,000. I think I sent you the wrong one, but there were 2 that were made, and we were trying to raise 5,000. So that's our goal. And if you don't do GoFundMe, you can also send checks payable to Atlantic City PAL with Hive in the memo line, because we are a function of the Atlantic City Police Athletic League. And so you can also send checks payable to Atlantic City PAL with the Hive in the memo, 250 North New York Avenue, or you can bring it over to Atlantic City PAL if you need to. But the young man that Jimmy was talking about is Xander. He's right here. He's an aspiring stand-up comedian, and we're just glad. I haven't heard his set yet. Jimmy has, and I'm looking forward to hearing him on that day. And so it's just a bold step to get up on the stage and do stand-up, you know, because you have to be funny. And so we're glad that Xander is stepping out of that. He's a young leader as well as Chris, and we're just happy to have them both.
All right, do you want to give us a little bit, Xander?
I'm going to save it to June June 27th.
You're going to say, okay.
I'm going to save him to June 27th.
And so we got to come out and see him. You don't want them to hear it and then they don't come out. Well, you know what? Now I can tell you've been trained by leadership because you didn't even know I was going to say that and you brought that out. All right. So, okay. So I need the correct one because I got the wrong one on my page.
Yes.
You're right. So I can put that on there. And so people, if you're hearing this, you can go out and support. I want you to support Hive and Michael, Coach Mike, and these young men. They're doing an outstanding job in our community, and they volunteer. Well, I don't know if you volunteer, but I do that.
Yeah.
They volunteer their services, to help the youth in the community. And a lot of times, you're not doing it for the recognition or the money or anything like that. Right. You're doing it to make an impact and to make a difference. And I tell people all the time, you always talk about what's not being done or what we don't have. Let's build on what we do have and support those things that we do have, in our community. So that is a wonderful thing. So let me go back and I'm going to get out of this.
Sending it to you now.
All right. They're going to send it to me so I can put the right one on my page. And I want you out there in Radio Land. If nothing is too small or too great, all right, whatever you have, you can donate to them. I'm going to donate to them next week.
Thank you so
all
much.
right, I'm going to give you a donation from myself because I believe in what you're doing. And I remember years ago at Westminster, we used to go on vacation. The bishop would shut the church down, and he rented a charter bus, and we would go to Disney World. We would go to the King Center, and some of those young people had never been out. We had a charter plane and went to where did we go? Out to St. Louis, Missouri.
Wow,
we chartered a plane and went to St. Louis, Missouri, and it was the first time many of them have flew on a plane and things of that nature, and it really left an indelible impression on the young people. So what you're doing will leave a lasting, indelible impression on these young people, knowing that they can get outside of the Atlantic City walls or Atlantic County walls and go and see there's a big world out there.
Yes.
Right? And so if you don't see anything different, then you think that what's in front of you, that's it.
That's it.
So you want to get out there, and I really appreciate you and your staff and you, Jimmy.
Oh, thank you.
Working with these young men. Okay, thank you. You got the right one in there. I got that one. All right, and I'm going to put that on my page. I'm doing it as I speak. All right, so y'all can go invest in the Hive, our future. The National Power Youth Summit, again, is going to be held in Washington, D.C., and you're taking about 8.
Yes, that's the plan. Right now, we aren't sure if we can reach that goal.
You're going to reach the goal. You're going to reach the goal now. You're going to, not sure. We're going to reach the goal.
Okay.
All right. You got to call things that be not.
As though they were. That's right. Let's call it.
Just call it. Let's call it. That's not a lot of money to raise.
Right.
It's not a lot of money to raise, and it's tax free. Your 501c3.
Yes.
This is under the POW, right?
Yes.
So you can write this information off on your taxes.
That's right.
All right. So we want you to support this wonderful group of young men that will be going to D.C. I'm already saying you're going. All right. Sometimes you only have one person that had that kind of money.
That's right. That's right. If you're out there listening,
and you out there listening to the show today, listen. I want you to invest or give a donation, I would say, to these young people that are going on to this program. So what's the next move? What's next for Hive? What's next?
Well, after the Nationals, we want to come back. We have a community service project that we do every year, and most of the time it's with the National Night Out, and we go to the National Night Out and we help with the breakdown and setup and the things that they need with the National Night Out. And we also do a celebration at the end of the year, but we usually stop in December. But now we're going all the way through. And if you have any young people out there, ages 12 to 17, who you would like to take advantage of the Hive program, please send them out every Wednesday, 5 to 7 at AC Powell. And so we're continually growing, we're continually teaching, and as they go out, we want them to look back and say, wait a minute, I remember we talked about this, let me deal with this way. And so we have those none that are graduating this year, we have several who are graduating next year. And I also want to talk about Chris, who is one of the leaders who's right here. He's one of the leaders of the NAACP Youth Council.
All right.
And every time I go to an event, he's up front speaking, and he speaks with clarity and confidence, and we're proud of him, and we're proud of Xander as well. And these are some great young men that we have in our program, and there we have some that come through that are not as poised and is not as
polished.
Right. And so, but our goal is to not change who they are, but allow them to get better within the personality that they have. We don't want to change them and make them like everybody else. We want them to stay like they are, but also our goal is to make them better and to find different ways and perspectives of doing things.
And you know what? And that's a great point. And then we're going to talk to Chris a little bit more. Is that sometimes you're assertive, and certain cultures will consider that aggressive.
Yes.
And we don't want to change your assertiveness, like you said, but you want to channel it.
Yes.
And then let them so they can be the best version.
Right.
Of who they can be.
Right.
So, Chris, you've been on this program for how long?
It was like over a year or so.
Over a year or so. And what has been one of the most things that you have enjoyed about being in the program?
I enjoyed about the learning.
Okay.
When they teach us some things, you're not really going to hear this in a lot of places.
That's true.
So I really enjoy the learning because it's things that can carry us far on in our lives.
All right. And you're in the ROTC too.
Yes.
ROJTC.
Yes.
Am I saying it right?
Yeah, NJROTC.
Yeah.
Yes.
You do that too, and you're involved in that. So this is really helping you, informing you as a young man, you feel?
Yes.
Yes. And Xander?
This is my first year. One thing I really love about the Hive is the people there. I'm a very social person. I get used to people very quickly. I get comfortable around people very quickly. So when I first got there, I was friends with a lot of people who were already there. As more and more people started coming throughout the year, I have gotten a lot more friends. A lot more people that I know have came.
Right. So you met more people. All right. So you like a social butterfly almost. You know everybody, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So building this inside of the young, Chris, have you participated in any activities with Hive?
Yes,
Oh.
I have went to the National Youth Summit.
Okay, and what was that like? That when you went last year?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. Where was that at?
That was in Washington.
Okay, it's in Washington every year. Okay.
Not every year,
but last couple of years. So last year. So what was that like?
I met new faces. It felt like I was at like an actual fancy dinner.
Oh.
Because the room was large.
Right.
We had a lot of tables.
We
had people dress up for the occasion.
Oh wow.
And it was very good.
So I know you was dressed up.
Yeah, especially me having my own room too.
Oh.
With a roommate.
Okay.
That also falls in the category of characteristics.
All right.
Also independence as well.
So, right, was this one of the first times that you had been without your grandma? Because I know how close y'all are.
This is one of the times.
One of the times. So it was enjoyable. Yeah. All right. Are you looking forward to going back this year?
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. And Xander, are you going to go too?
Yes, ma'am. I am going this year.
All right. So you're looking forward to it?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this your first time in D.C.?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Not with the. Well, with the program, yes.
With the program, but you've been to D.C. before.
Yes, ma'am.
But not to the National Power.
No, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So we're going back to Coach Mike. So they're going to participate in National Night Out in Atlantic City. I want to ask this question: if someone, maybe they don't live in Lang City, and they want their child to be a part of Hive, can they be a part of it?
If you live in Japan and can get your child to PAL on Wednesdays from 5 to 7, you are welcome to come.
All right. So
ages 12, 17.
All right. The reason why I ask that, because sometimes some of the programs in AC, you have to be a Lang City resident, right? So, but in this program, you don't. It's because it's PAL.
That's right.
You get anywhere in the county. As long as you can get there between 5 and 7.
That's it.
You could be a part of that program. And it's on the first floor, second floor. Where do y'all meet?
First floor, right in the library at the media center.
All right, in the media center. That's where you meet. How many do you have right now?
It varies. On roll, we have 21.
Okay.
Sometimes the meeting, sometimes there's 15. Sometimes there's 7. Sometimes there's 12. You know, it depends on the day because summertime is coming. There are other obligations. There's graduations. There's proms and things that are coming up. So, we have on roll 21 people. And like I said, it varies on day to day. And we have different guest speakers and all who come in.
All right. Now, this is very important because sometimes you're looking for something for your child to do to get them out of a certain environment. You got to put them into different positive environments. Right. All right. So you got to do something as a parent or a guardian. You know, we got to do more than pray. And then y'all know I pray. God knows I pray.
That's right.
But you got to do more than that. And sometimes you just need a little something else to help you. Jimmy, getting people out of their environment. How do you think, how important is that?
That's very important for them to see new things and new aspects. So how I do it is I teach them from my own way of life, the experiences I've been through. And I let them know, like, when we step out here, we're stepping out here on faith, but it's for you to see something different.
See something different.
Yeah, it's for you to experience something different because you may or may not like it. It's your choice.
I told someone years ago, and you keep going back to jail because that's all you know.
Right. Absolutely.
There's a big world out here, and you can see and do so many other things.
Yes.
The person has never been going back.
Wow.
But and a lot of times, if that's all you know,
that's all you know,
that's all you do, right? So your environment has a lot to do.
Yes.
Now sometimes people do things because it's just their own thing. That's what they want to do, but sometimes it's the environment.
Right.
So putting them into a positive environment and showing them something different will make a difference.
Yes.
All right. I really believe that. So what gives you the resilience to keep on going? Coach Mike, because you can get tired in this work.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can get tired.
What gives us the resilience is to see those who have come through the program succeed. And even while they're in the program, things happen. They'll come and say, listen, this is what happened to me today, but this is the route I chose to take as opposed to what I would normally do or how I would normally fight or say this back to my teacher. We give them tools that will help them grow and to develop into great members of the society. And Jimmy has taken them out to clean streets. He takes them, to let them know that it's not all. It's not all gravy, and we're not here just to have a good time. But there's work to be done. There's community service to be done. There are people that need help, and so if groups need help doing some things, they can call on the Hive, and we can be there to assist them in whatever it is that they need to do.
Well, I'm inviting y'all to my food bank.
Okay, let us know. Let us know.
Serious. I'm dead serious.
We will help.
Before the summer's out, I'm not saying you got to come here this week. Because I do it once a month.
Okay.
Right.
So once they're out of school.
They're out of school, so they don't have to do it while they're in school and come to the food distribution. But you've taken them out, Jimmy.
Yes.
So let's talk about some of the places Coach Mike says you've taken them out. Because I think it's good for people to see that it's not just about receiving.
Right.
It's also about giving.
That's right.
All right, so talk about that.
So, fortunately, I am also an ambassador of Atlantic Care for Atlantic City. So I am what you call a CHW. So we do a lot of community outreaches. So it just so happens to be I had asked the Hive, would they be willing to come out into the community and see some different things? So far we've done feeding. We've fed the homeless. So far we went and got some of the homeless stories so we can go back and talk about it.
All right.
We've also done cleanups. Saturday we will be doing our cultural fest that this will be the second year that they helped out on the cultural fest.
All right.
And we've also done like stuff like fishing, bowling, the new one out here in Pleasantville. Take off.
Right. All right.
And we'll be doing a lot of events this year too.
All right. So you've taken them to some activities.
Yes.
But also let them know that you got to work for some things.
Absolutely.
And see some things that are given. Because sometimes if you don't know,
yes,
you think people are supposed to give it to you all the time.
Right.
You don't know that you got to earn it.
And one of the most important things that I've learned in dealing with so many different households and young men that come from different walks of life is meeting everybody where they're at.
Yeah.
Because nobody's story is the same.
That's true. And that's a powerful statement. So you meet them where they are.
Yes.
Listen, I want y'all to open up your pocketbooks and your wallets. And I want you to help these young men, help Coach Mike, help Jimmy to take these young men to D.C. to the National POW Convention.
Youth Summit that's
going to be in Washington, D.C. from June 26th, you said?
Yes, from June 28th.
No, July.
July the 28th to August the 1st.
July 28th to August the 1st. This is a wonderful organization to be a part of. And to say, sometimes, you can't do it. We can't do everything. But we can help somebody else do it. So that's a good thing. And you'd be surprised. 25, 50, 5, 10, whatever it is, it adds up. Like even when I was running, one lady gave me $5 one time. She got a thank you letter. Amen. I was just as appreciative of the $5 as I was for somebody who gave me a larger donation, because I knew that she gave me all that she had.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that meant a lot to me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. So it means a lot. So whatever you have, I want to get a good report that this has come to fruition. We've given these young people, Coach Mike and his staff, and to take these young men to D.C. And there's always a way to do a thing.
Yes.
And you never had to come and ask because you had the federal funding.
Right.
But you got cut.
Right.
Somebody say cut. So you got to come up with other creative ways. Listen, what would you like to leave with our listening audience, Coach Mike, today?
This was on my mind. Jimmy just said it, and I kind of forgot about it. When they went out to visit the homeless, they actually talked to them, and they wrote down some of their stories, and they came back and talked about some of them, what got them into their situations and things like that. And I thought that was so admirable for them not to be afraid, but to actually go up and have a conversation with those who are homeless. And so I just want to leave with the audience that Hive is doing some great things out there with our young men, trying to keep them on the straight and narrow, trying to give them opportunities, and trying to expose them to different cultures, different ways, different employment ideas and educational ideas, and to build self-esteem and all those things. So we would just invite you to help us and to assist us in trying to make these boys become better young men. The motto of the PAL is it's better to build boys and girls than to mend men and women. And so that's what we tried to do. We tried to build them while they're young instead of trying to repair them when they get older. So I just thank you for allowing us to come on the show today, and may God bless you and your show and your listening audience, and may he ever have his hand upon everything that you do.
I really appreciate that. And listen, I thank you all for taking out time of your busy schedule to come here today on the day before Father's Day. Happy Father's Day again to all of the fathers and to everyone who's been like a father, stepfather, uncle, everybody who stepped up. We're saying thank you, and we appreciate that. And it would make me so happy. It would make me so happy to see that these young men have gone to D.C. to the National Convention. And so give your donations, whatever you have. You don't know what people got.
That's right.
So you can never underestimate. You never know.
God be praised.
Yeah, to God be praised. All right. So we thank you for tuning in to WEHA. Keep your dials locked to WEHA 88.7, 100.3 FM. We have gospel, and we'll see you on next week.
Thank you, God.